Welcome. Hello. Anybody out there? So are women entitled? What do you think, guys? Do you think they might be slightly entitled? And why are they like that? Well, it all starts at birth, of course. The mother pampers them and treats them special and tells them that they don't have to follow the normal rules of life because they're so special. And then, of course, there is men around who have this protection instinct about women. They can't help it. It's a natural thing. And they treat them a little bit differently and special too. And then when they get a certain age, the government takes over and starts looking after them again. Most women that I know of, or whatever, not all, but most, grow up to be spoilt little children. They never really mature much. If they don't get their own way, they throw a tantrum, and I'm talking about older ladies as well. And of course, they don't really live in the real world because the real world is not the nicest place. So they live in this other world of theirs where they don't have to take the knocks and bangs that a man does. And I've said many times, I don't have anything against women. I just know who and what they are. Alright? And they have a job to do on this planet. And most of them do that job very well. But let's be honest, women ain't no Swiss Army knife, are they? A man is more suited to be a Swiss Army knife. He has a lot more different abilities, whereas a woman only really has a few, not many. And that's not her fault, because she's got a certain job to do. She was just given these certain skills. A man has a lot more things to do, so he was given more skills. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, ladies. So, are women entitled? Well, yes, of course. Now, as anybody knows that the office staff in an office usually comprises a lot of women. Not so many now as it used to be, but it used to be nearly all women in the offices. About at least 80%. Now, as anybody's ever studied and watched about an office with 80% women in it, you will notice a few things. There's a lot of backstabbing, a lot of bitching, and a lot of drama, and not so much work done. More time is spent on this gossip, backstabbing, and drama than the actual work in the office, because that's more important to them than the work. And these females want to get the same pay as a man gets in these offices when they're doing less work. In fact, the women probably want to get paid more than the man gets for doing less work. And what we really need is some strong managers or strong bosses of companies to turn around to these females and say to them, I don't pay you to gossip. I don't pay you to cause drama. I pay you to work. So you see, women are not really Swiss Army knives. But the worst damage I've seen women do is usually in the government. Because once they're in the government, they do the same sort of thing they used to do in the offices. It's more or less backstabbing, drama, and it's all about them. And that's not great when you're in government position, when you're supposed to be there for the people. And what worries me is that when I see some press conferences or something in the government or something, I see more and more women's faces. And that worries the hell out of me. I think it's a well-known fact among men, at least men who can be honest about something, and that is that men produce a lot more than women do. And usually in the same job, we usually produce more than a woman does. And for that, of course, she just wants to get paid the same because she's a woman. You see, women don't realize it because they've been listening to these feminists all the time now, but women have been propped up from day one when they were born. They've been protected and propped up, and if they were left to their own devices, they would probably turn out to be certainly a better person at the end of the day and be more capable in a lot of different things. But they're not. So, if you're going into the forest or the bush, as they call it, for a couple of days in the wild, then take a Swiss Army knife. Don't take a woman. See ya.
He got a deal for the mouth, ain't he?